This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, as we discussed, there will be three stages are there. So first one will be manual, second will be automation, next non-functional automation or performance, whatever it may be. Non-functional automation. Yeah. So these are the three types of testings, guys. So I already discussed manual, nothing but manually we have to give the inputs and we have to identify the output. So it is behaving same requirements or not. So as per the requirement, it is behaving or not. So if you are clicking something, what it is happening. So functionality we are verifying over there, guys. Like let us take one calculator example. The calculator, if you press 2 plus 5, it has to display. You are clicking 2 plus 5 equal to 7. So this is functional guy will perform, guys. So he'll provide the input and he'll observe the output. What is the output? It is coming over there. He'll observe. So this auto with them he'll provide with manual inputs only. He'll provide 2 and 5 with the manual itself. So this automation guy will automate this program. He'll return one code for this and he'll automate the code. So as by using Selenium or UFT or QTP, whatever the tools, he'll automate that testing, guys. So if you go for this performance now, so in this performance uh, we don't care about this functionality. This is non-functional. See here, the term itself non-functional means which is not related to functional. uh, we are not taking care of this functionality, guys. So for example, here we perform 2 plus 5 equal to 3. It's also correct here. So we are not checking the functionality over here. Here we are exactly what we are looking. So how fast we are. These are only guys who listened this, who attended the first demo class. They'll have clarity, guys. This speed, scalability, stability, and all. Okay, I'll repeat one more time. So these are the three performance key terms, guys. One, speed; two, stability; and scalability. Okay, scalability. Okay, speed, stability, scalability. These three are the main non-functional key terms. For example, if you go for the performance, we will measure in terms of these three only, guys. So one will be speed, second one will be stability, third one will be scalability. So how the three terms are associated with performance means, for example, I'll give one small example. So if you want to buy a new motorcycle, if you went to the showroom, what the key terms you will see now? So you will see only so how much budget it is, how much RPM is there, how much speed it will catch within this much 8 seconds or 10 seconds, how fast it will comes. So how much mileage does it give? So these are all the constraints you will keep in mind and you will go for the these are the key performance terms you will keep in mind before buying the bike or scooty or anything. Okay, so in the same thing, if you want to do performance testing for an application, you will keep in mind so how fast you want to achieve. So how stable that application with these many number of users. So is there any way we needs to scale up or scale down the environment or hardware resources? So these are all constraints will be there, guys. Okay. The first thing I'll explain speed. Speed nothing but, for example, here is your system. I think but your system. This is your system. This is the server. Okay, this is the server. Whatever the information you are requesting from this system, here you are requesting for any information. For example, if you want to see the results, that's why you clicked on www.something.com. So that request will goes to the server. Server will fetch that information where it is. So from the particular database or from their internal servers, it will fetch that information and it will reply back to your system. Then only you will see that response in your system.
Sorry, I was not able to hear you. So I was just thinking whether there's any problem.
Hello, guys. You are all unable to hear me, or only Suresh?
No, right now I'm able to hear you, but when you draw or when you spoke for a few minutes, I was not able to hear, especially with the client server architecture which you are showing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nothing, sir. Just so how the request will take the journey. So if from the front end, so if you click some information from the front end, so where it will go, from how it will fetches, how you are getting the response in the UI. That thing I have explained. So this is our client machine, nothing but our machine. So we want to request any information. For example, if we got the results and all, we will check in the internet. Now, the same thing, if you click that particular URL, that particular URL will went to the server, respective server. Then their servers, there will be web server, app server, DB server. There will be, as per the architecture, there will be servers will be there. Don't consider as of now this 2 tier, 3 tier and all. Okay, this is a server, nothing but server. So it will fetch the information whatever we requested. It will fetch in the information in that server. If it is available, it will reply back to the system again. Okay, the entire round trip journey we will call it as a response time. Response time nothing but speed. So if we are getting less response time, that is speed good, means our application is responding very speed. We will fill it as a good. Okay, that term we will call it as a speed, guys. Okay, clear? Clear, guys? See, for example, I want to open Flipkart. So if I click the Flipkart, this request will went to the respective Flipkart server and it is showing this is the response. So the time gap between request and response, we will call it as a response time, means speed, how speed we are getting the response. Okay, it's clear now. Speed term, performance term, this is speed. Guys, have you understood the speed, or I need to explain one more time? Hello.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm able to
yeah,
understand.
yeah, yeah. Thank you, thank you. Stability, stability, nothing but stable. For example, uh, let us take the bike itself. Okay, if you are driving the bike with single, so the bike will be little bit. It can handle your weight and your driving capacity, and it will handle. So if you are driving with two more people, so two more people, you given lift for two more people in your bike. That time it has to be stable. So I think if more load will be there, that time our bike also won't having that much capability to drive that much. Okay, we can't move forward. If we two people or three people, if we sit on the bike, so more weight people, so that time it won't handle that much weight. The same thing, if you are only using, for example, if only 10 people are using your application, then that time it is fast. It is 10 people nothing but the count is not a factor, guys. So count nothing but some x people, like let us consider very less number of people are accessing your application. That time your server will respond very quickly. That time you will get the quick response times. For example, see here, some configurations is there. Configurations is X configuration. I don't know some X configuration. So MyFace servers. So 8 GB RAM. Your server machine configuration will be like that. So at that time, here one guy is using. That time he'll get very quick response. Here 30 people are using. Here 30 people are using at a time. So that time it is also handled. Why? Because this having the capacity of 200 something. It having capacity of 200 or 300. So if it is increasing beyond, so we have to find out this 200 or 300. When up to which mark the application will be stable. So how much it's capable. So how much load it can bear. So up to how many number of users my application will be stable. Okay. Beyond that, how it become crash or it become performance may degrade. So there will be two constraints will be there. First thing will be performance will be degrade. The next thing will be application become crash. Okay. Same bike also same now. So if you are going with two people, then the bike will feel some heavy load. So if you are driving with four people in a bike, that will become puncture or it will become some unwanted issues. So maybe broken something, some tire will broken, something. Those will happen. Na? Same thing in the application also. So if you are increasing the load beyond their server limit, so that application will also become crash. So we have to identify how much load it can bear, how many number of users, the application performance will be remains the same without degrade. So that point we needs to identify. That thing we will call it as a stability. Okay, that thing we will say it as a stability. The application will be stable up to the mark. Okay, that's it, guys. That is the term about stability. Guys, clear that the stability, Vinay?
Yep, I'm fine.
Yeah, thank you. Next third term will be scalability. Scalability, nothing but I give a small example for scalability. Mm, as of now, in olden days, this Flipkart and Amazon came into picture in India or somewhere else, anywhere. So it is limited to only cities like Chennai, Bangalore. It is limited to only main cities. Why? Because they are educated and they will place order. They have belief. So if they pay anything, they will get the product like that. They have belief. If you go for the villages, so those guys what they will feel now. If we pay, our money will go loss. I think they may not give. So bad feeling will be there. So if we get the product or not, so once we pay our money will be lost like that. They feeling like that. That time they having only limited customers. Like consider only 50 customers they are having. Only 50 customers they are having. They are serving with 50 customers. Means 50 people only they are having at the when it is limited to cities. Okay. Then the mouth of talk also increasing. So the orders, their offers. So the trust also increasing. Trust on this particular site also increasing. Then more number of people are accommodating. Means after 2 years, this 50 count will become 500. Okay, 50 count will become 500. At the time, they are using i3 server, i3 8 GB RAM, 8 GB RAM, some 1 TB hard disk or something. This machine they are using as a server, their application server. That time it can be capable up to 50 users. Then if they are increasing to the users has been increased to 500 users. That time the server won't handle. So we have to increase the infrastructure. We have to scale up the infrastructure, guys. So you have to upgrade the hardware in terms of processor or memory. Okay, those infrastructure units to scale up based on the future usage. That type of testing we will call it as scalability we will call it as scalability. Okay. You have to based on the future expectations units to increase the hardware resources or units to decrease. Sometimes you will if you are winding the business, that time you will decrease the hardware infrastructure. Okay, due to COVID, right away, all the services has been closed, like Uber, Zomato. Those services has been decreased. Means their customers has been decreased. That time they can reduce the servers. They can shut down some servers, unwanted servers. Okay, that topic will come under the scalability. Okay, based on the future research, we have to scale up or scale down the server space. Okay. Guys, you can write down the notes, guys. So what is meant by speed, scalability, stability? These three are the key performance terms, guys. Key performance terms. So which will affect the performance testing. Which will impact the performance testing. Okay. Right, and yes, the performance key performance terms. Key performance terms. Okay, I write down some definition for the performance testing. Performance testing is a performance testing is a non-functional performance testing is a non-functional testing non-functional testing non-functional testing performed to evaluate performed to evaluate performed to evaluate application performance under some load under some load and stress condition and stress condition under stress condition. It is generally measures in terms of speed, scalability, and stability for the user activity. For the user activity. Next, write down this. What is mean by speed? They'll if you go for the interview and all, they'll ask, so why we need to go for the performance? So what is the need of performance? So in the performance, what is the key terms you will identify? So what are the key terms you will take the consideration before going to the performance? Okay, those concepts they'll ask, guys. Definitely they'll ask. Okay. Write down the speed. What is meant by speed? Determines whether the application responds quickly, whether the application responds quickly. Okay. Next, stability determines if the application is stable under varying loads. Scalability. Guys, if anyone is not following me, you can stop me, guys. I can repeat it. Okay, no issue. Just it's not a teacher and class method. It's like knowledge sharing session. Okay, you can stop me anytime. You can ask me anytime. Okay, don't feel like that. Okay. Next, scalability determines maximum load. Determines maximum load. The software application can handle. the software application can handle. Okay. Okay.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, Vinay.
Just repeat the speed definition, sir. I am not right in that.
Okay. It determines whether the application responds quickly. Determines.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm removing this, I'm erasing all, and the next thing will be why performance testing required? Why?
Hey, Rohit, one quick question.
Yeah.
The difference between the scalability and stability, you have mentioned if the application is stable under various load and the maximum load. What is the difference between varying loads and the maximum load? I know what is I mean, varying loads means varying from one to other. Like you said, the bike, right? One to two, two to three, but maximum load is lot. More than three in a bike, it's something like that, or the
Uh,
one it cannot handle.
yeah. One, it cannot handle that much we needs to put.
So that is in the scalability.
Yes.
Okay.
Then only we will identify, na? So we have to scale up or we have to scale down.
Because you said max load, right? So I was a little bit confused because max load is to the point it cannot handle, right?
Yes. In the stress test also, we will inject 2x amount of load. So application we needs to hit with only 100% load. That time we will inject 200% load in order to identify na stress this it can handle or not. That time we will inject 200% load and we will slowly ramping up the users and we will see how the application will be how.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, yeah. Clear now?
Yeah, kind of clear. Yeah, but okay.
Yeah. Okay, next one will be why performance testing required. Why performance testing are required. So without performance, what would happen? Why performance testing required? Okay, this thing. Why performance testing required means, for example, Ramesh and Somesh both are two friends. Okay, Ramesh and Somesh both are two friends. So what they are doing now, they are manually selling the tickets for bus tickets or flight tickets. They are selling manually. So if someone will ask now, so they'll take the money and they'll go to the counter. They'll bring the ticket and they'll hand it over to that respective person, either Ramesh or Somesh. These two guys are performing same thing. So after 1 year or 2 years, they are unable to survive all the people, serve all the people. So in order to serve all the people, they thought some different idea. So they bring this idea into picture. They went for online application. Means they want to develop one online application for their booking purposes. That's why they approached one software company, whatever the company, either Infosys or Capgemini or whatever the company they approached, and they given these requirements to the company. The company, the software engineers and business architect people from the company end, they received the requirements. They both has developed two applications for Ramesh purpose. For Ramesh purpose, they developed some GoIBO application. GoIBO consider, okay. GoIBO application has been developed for Ramesh, and this Somesh has been developed Redbus application. Okay, these two applications which we will use for bookings, means flight booking or bus booking or hotel booking. These purposes we will use these two types of application. For this purpose we will use these two types of applications. So after developing this application, So they perform the manual testing, automation testing, everything. So additionally, Ramesh invested some X amount of rupees for performance testing. First, development has been happened, then uh, functional testing has been completed. Next, PT. For the PT, he invested some X amount of rupees. X amount additionally he invested, then he deployed into servers. Same thing with Somesh. Somesh also developed the application. Developed the application. Next, he performed functional testing. Next, he did not perform this performance testing. So why performance required like that? He directly deployed. So he did not perform performance testing, directly deployed the application. Okay, he directly deployed the application into servers. So what did happen now? So he deployed his server directly. So some people are there now. So here 20 people are there. Okay, from this bucket 10 people are there. Okay, here 10 people are there, and here 10 people are there. Okay, so they all comes into a queue, means at a time they all comes into a queue. They want to go for particular places and they want to book the ticket. So this batch will goes to the Ramesh counter, means he opened one counter in front of the station. So by using YBO, he is booking the tickets. Same thing. This 10 people went to Somesh place. So what they'll do now? So these guys, this 10 people, this Ramesh website is taking very less time. Means it's responding the launch. For example, here I'll type the requirements. Okay, launch is happening 1 second. Within 1 second only it's responding. So login is happening 1 second. Then he'll where to where he want to go, like book is taking 2 seconds. Then payment is happening 2 seconds. Then sign off is happening. Sign off is taking 1 second. Okay, within this much time he's performing, guys. So this application, his Ramesh website is responding this much speed. Means in order to book one ticket, how much time does it take? 2 plus 2 equal to 4, 4 plus 3 equal to 7. Within 7 seconds he is booking one ticket. Within 7 seconds he is booking one ticket, guys. Okay, he's booking one ticket. Why? Because he did performance testing. He analyzed, so how many number of users my application will be stable, everything he analyzed. But this guy Somesh, he did not invest that much. So what this Somesh website will happen, I will show you. Okay, this launch is taking 30 seconds. Okay, this login is taking 60 seconds. The booking, sometimes you are getting 404 error, sometimes it is responding. If you click refresh, then only it's responding. That time I'm taking, it will take 180 seconds. Next, payment. Sometimes payments not working or not working. Sometimes it may not work also. Okay, if we are hitting more number of users, it may not work. Okay, let's take 30 seconds. So sign off. Sign off will take let's take 80 seconds. Okay. So now we'll calculate 30 plus 9, 30 plus 16, 90, 90 plus 270, 300, 380. Around 6.5 minutes in order to complete one booking. It is taking 6.7 means approximately 7 minutes. I'm taking 7 minutes case. Okay. So in this queue, he'll complete all the 10 people in within 1 minute, means it is 70 seconds. 70 seconds nearly 1 minute. So more than 1 minute. 10 seconds will be more than 1 minute. So this entire queue has been finished. So here at least one ticket also not booked. Here one guy also not sent properly. So one guy also waiting this much time, 7 minutes. So this all these guys has been completed from Ramesh website. So one of the guy from this website he's coming back now. That guy he went this Somesh place and he referred, hey, that Ramesh website is responding very slow. Why you are in the queue? So go for that website so that you will get very quick response. Your ticket will be booked within fraction of seconds, within fraction of minutes. You will finish it out your task like that. He referred to Somesh guys. So all the Somesh guys went to Ramesh. So here 19 people booked the ticket. So remaining 9 people also came to here. Only 1 people is here. So obviously what will happen, guys? So this Somesh went to losses. He'll lose his business or customers. He'll lose his business and customers. Okay. In order to avoid that business loss, we have to do the performance testing and we have to give the recommendation to the Somesh. Hey Somesh, your website will be stable for this many number of users. Your transaction will take this much time. So if you have to get, if you want to get very quick response time, you need to build on the issue. For example, if it is taking 60 seconds, why it is taking 60 seconds? Where it is spending that much time? So we have to that thing will comes to our head. So we have to do performance testing. We have to identify the root cause. So why it is spending that much time? Then we have to modify whether it is a code change we need to change or anything we need to change. We can give the recommendation to the particular developers. They'll tune the code respective team. They'll tune so that we can directly deploy the application to server. We can use it, guys. So we can use it this application. So the main thing why performance testing required. So in order to avoid the business loss to the customer, that purpose only we have to go for the performance testing, guys. Guys, clear, guys? This example and Ramesh and Somesh example. If you are not aware, I'll explain one more time also, please.
It's clear for me.
Yeah, thank you. So write down 2 sentences, just not more than that. Why performance testing is required for any application means we should verify the application behavior under load. We should verify the application behavior under load. We should verify the application behavior under load and to avoid the business loss. To avoid the business loss to the client or customer, whatever it may be. To avoid the business loss to the customer or client. Next. The next. Without any tool we can perform performance testing or not. So they'll ask why performance testing tool is required. Why can't we perform in a manual way? Okay. Definitely anybody will ask. So why performance testing tool is required? Why performance testing tool is required? Why means, for example, I want to test my application with 5 users. Why? Because I'm running my just I'm selling only small items, kids items only. In my only my business will be limited to my circle, means my street. That is my street. My business will be limited to one street only, nothing but that is my street. So my business will be limited to my street only. That's why I'm selling some items like kids items. Something will be I'm selling. The business will be limited to my street. My street having 4 houses. That's why the maximum users will be 5 users. My peak users will be 5 users. That's why I'll do the performance by using 5 users. Manually, I'll hit with 5 people and I'll check the response and all the 5 people at a time click the login and we'll see how much time it is taking. All the 5 people will launch, how much time it is taking, payment and all. So we can do the performance testing with 5 people. Okay, we can do with manual resources also. Okay, the same thing. I am the owner of SBI banking, means State Bank of India banking. So it's a banking. So which is a worldwide application. Worldwide, all the users are using. Some other people from India or somewhere else. So we have on-site the uh, on-site branches also. This for SBA. So globally, the people are accessing this SBA applications. In this case, there will be thousands of users will be there. Thousands of end users are there. So thousands of end users are there. So we can't at that situation we can't recruit 1,000 users and we can't provide 1,000 systems to them and we can't instruct the 1,000 users at a time to click on particular page, to click on login, to click on launch. We can't instruct them. If we instruct also, they may not perform accurately. I think there will be some delay will be there. Exactly, some delay will be there. So all are not in a same mood. So some guys will be in sleepy, some guys will be in active state, some guys will be in some other phone conversation. So you can't expect the concurrency with the 1,000 users that time. Okay, if it is fine also, you have to accommodate 1,000 systems for them. So you have to infrastructure you need to provide. You have to provide the infrastructure to the 1,000 users. You have to provide infrastructure to the 1,000 users. And the next thing will be you have to provide the AC. If you whenever you are using the systems, you have to provide the AC and all. Okay, not required. Next, time is the concern. So if you want to accommodate all these things, so how much time does it take? If you want to purchase the laptops or systems, if you want to purchase the furniture, if you want to accommodate one room, so it will take too much time. Then accuracy, we can't accurate. Okay, accuracy also it's a drawback. We can't get accurate results. And the fourth term will be budget, money. Okay, at this point of time, the budget also will increase high. Why? Because so if you are using 5 systems, it will be less amount of cost. If you want to purchase 1,000 systems, there will be cost. For example, if you take 50,000, one system will be 50,000. Okay, if you want to purchase 1,000 systems, how much will it become? So it will become 50,000. Okay, around 50 crores or 50 lakhs. It will come. Okay, I don't know. I'm not clear this count. Okay, 5 crores. It will across. It will goes to the 5 crores. Okay, which is a huge amount. So we can't provide that much budget. Now that situation, we have to go for the tool, guys, software tool. So if you want to test your application with 1,000 users, the tool itself will inject 1,000 virtual users so they can perform with the these many activities and they'll say this is taking this much time, that much time. They'll click accurately. Okay, for that purpose we'll go for the performance testing tool, guys. That is the advantage of the tool by using performance testing tool. Okay, clear, guys? Clear or having any issue? Once you'll write down the notes, or having any doubt, you may ask. Otherwise, I'll explain the notes of the thing. Yeah, I think nobody's having no issue. We can conduct the performance testing. Right on the answer. We can conduct the performance testing. We can conduct the performance testing. We can conduct the performance testing without a tool. Without a tool. Without a tool. In realistic environment. Realistic environment. In realistic environment, the application is accessed by thousands of people, nothing but 10,000 people, accessed by 10,000 people. To simulate the realistic environment, we have to recruit 10,000 people, 10,000 people, 10,000 people, 10,000 people, which is not possible to recruit those many resources, which is not possible to recruit those many people and those many resources. Next thing. Below are the constraints stopping us. Below are the constraints stopping us to conduct the PT without tool. Conduct the PT without tool, guys. So first constraint will be accuracy. First constraint will be accuracy. The next second constraint will be time. And the third constraint will be budget. And the fourth constraint will be resources. Okay. Just the final conclusion. To overcome the above issue, we have to use performance testing tools instead of manual resources. Okay, guys, clear?
Hey Rohit, I have one question.
Yeah.
This is kind of, I mean, not from what you taught, but what is the difference between a performance testing and a performance engineering?
Yeah, performance testing and engineering, there will be a lot of differences is there. Performance tester role will be, the roles and responsibilities will be changing. The performance tester will record the script, will execute with those many number of users. He'll report the response times to the client. That is the work of performance tester. So if he is the performance engineer, he have to identify the root cause. So where it is taking the time. So we have to, in the architecture wise, he have to be aware. So where it is pending. So why, what could be the issue? He have to find out all the things. Then he have to tune that code. For example, it's a Java application. It is some methods or classes. It's taking too much time. That time he needs to modify that class by using different code or a different method. For example, if it is using switch if else case, he have to change to switch case like that. Okay, you have to tune the code level or query level or database level. He have to tune. That is the performance engineer role.
Okay, so if there is a internal opening which says performance engineering, so that is different from what you're teaching then, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I will teach up to the mark. So, but the expertise means I can't. Those things I may not issue. So
okay,
in the
no,
Java,
no, no, I'm just asking. So it's not good advice to apply if they're not saying performance senior performance tester versus senior performance engineer. So those are two different things.
yeah, yeah, not a
Okay,
problem. You can apply for the performance engineering also. So they
okay,
never put that much efforts. So nobody will dig that much. So actually they have to dig. As a performance tester, we have to dig that much level, but nobody will dig. Nobody
okay,
will dig. I'll give the surety. I will give the clarity also. 100%. Nobody will go for the tuning and all. So
okay.
one, he'll just identify the issue and he'll report to that appropriate team itself.
Okay, because my office they just put that performance engineering, senior performance engineering. So I was just thinking on that. That's the reason I asked. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
yeah, 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 no problem. Nobody will in the same. I'm also working from the last 7 years now. Past 7 years I'm working. So I'm also senior performance engineer. So I never ignored that much. Okay, I just see where it is pending. So what is the root cause? I'll identify the root cause and I'll send it to the respective team members. If it is the development team, I'll drop a mail to the. I'll raise a ticket in the QC or ALM to that respective person. So that person will open the ticket and he'll close. So if it is a DB issue, I'll report to the DB team. So you have to do some DB modifications and all. Like that, I'll give the recommendation to DB team
Thank
so
you.
that they'll take care of it. Yeah. If you have any roles and responsibilities, you can share it. That will be you will become very clear. The
Yeah,
roles and responsibilities will share. No?
let me see that because I saw, then I just ignored it. Let me see it, and I will send the JD to you. Then you can
Yeah, yeah,
advise me.
yeah, yeah. Please, please. Yeah, guys. Up to now, you are clear, na? Sorry, guys. Up to now, you're clear, na? So why performance testing is required with the tool or without tool?
Yeah, it's clear.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. The one thing, the last thing will be architecture. It will take too much time to explain. Uh, Time also not there. It's already 15. Um, what I will explain now. Next 5 minutes. So what are the types of tools are there? So how many different types of tools are there in other the performance testing? I will explain this. Those tools, all the tools. Not only load runner. To go for the performance testing tools, there will be a lot of tools will be there. I will show you and I will explain here. Uh, Performance testing tools will be load runner, which is developed by the Mercury. Then Jamita, which is developed by the Apache. Next, Neoload, Neotos, Neotes, developed by the Neotes. Next, uh, Ports, Oracle Performance Test Suite, developed by the Oracle. Next, VS, TS, developed by the Microsoft. Next thing will be uh, Swasta and Sleep Performance, Workload, Grinder, Swasta. It's open source. Next, Gatling. Gatling also open source. Gatling, WebLoad.
Just give me the font size, sir.
Yeah.
Font size. I am not able to see, sir. It is very small.
Okay. I'll do. Gatling open source. RPT. Patient performance testing. This is developed by the IBM company. How to increase the size? 1 second, I'll see. Any option is there. Font size. I think you can. I think when you join through system, you can zoom it. No, that option will be there for you. Zooming option is there. I think I don't have. I don't know where it is. Where when you to increase the size and all. You join through mobile or anything system. Hello, Vinay, you only. You join through mobile or system.
Lap only.
Yeah, then you can zoom it. Na, in the screen, some zoom button will be there. You can click on the first button.
Okay.
Yeah. See, I'll explain about this load runner. This load runner. Firstly, it is developed by the Mercury company, guys. So Mercury company, guys, has been developed this load runner. So after them, it is acquired by HP company. After then, acquired by HP company. Up to 12.55 version, it is under HP only. It is under HP only. After 12.55 version, from 12.6 onwards, or 12.60 onwards, it went to Micro Focus. Means Micro Focus, guys, has been overtake this, or they purchased this company, this HP tool. They purchased to Micro Focus. So this is Micro Focus load runner. They'll call it as a Micro Focus load runner, which is acquired by the Micro Focus from 12.60 onwards. After 12.60 onwards, they given some 12.61, 12.62, 12.63. After 12.63, suddenly they changed the series. They did not given 12.64 and all. They given 2020 load runner 2020 version they provided. Okay. This is the journey of this load runner. So from the first, it is developed by the Mercury, then acquired by the HP. After them, it is acquired by the Micro Focus. Okay. This is the journey of this load runner, guys. So JMeter, I think you don't require that much information about JMeter. JMeter is a freeware tool, guys. It's a licensed one. It's a freeware which is developed by the Apache Foundation. So Apache Foundation, the NeoLoad. The NeoLoad will be developed by the NeoTs. Most of the Dell company projects. So most of the Dell company projects has been handled by using NeoTs or NeoLoad. NeoLoad only they will handle. So odds. Oracle, the Oracle test suite, it is developed by the Oracle company. The VSTS, which is developed by the Microsoft. So all these Microsoft projects will go under this VSTS only. Okay, all Microsoft projects means 90 percentile of projects will goes to Microsoft VSTS only, Microsoft only, under Microsoft company. Okay, so it's an open source tool. Gatling also an open source tool which will use Groovy scripting. So this one they will use for API testing. It is famous for API testing. That's why most of the users will use Gatling for API testing as well. Okay. Once we'll go for the RPT, Rational Performance Testing Tool, which is developed by the IBM company. Right now also it belongs to the IBM company itself. So the projects is handled by RPT. So if it is not there, the option they'll use load runner. The next option will be load runner they'll use. So this is the tools overview, guys. This is the tools overview. So you can write down these tools, and if you're having any doubt, you may ask. We have still 4 more minutes of time. You can ask this.
So this Microsoft VSTS, I think they discontinued, right?
Still there is some are using still also. It's not discontinued. So
I mean, Microsoft 2019, they mentioned that 2019 they don't have it. It has become uh, it's become like what is it? As an optional. They are giving it as an optional, but not like in 2017 where it was also part of the installation.
okay. Installation and all I don't know. Still working means we are some of the same.
They are not recommending going forward because they want to they are advising like coded UI. They are advising to go for Selenium and other stuffs, but not this.
Okay, maybe I don't know. I'm not aware this thing. New release, last release, or latest release. Yes, performance.
Because we are using it. That's the reason I was trying to use the performance tool. We have a separate team for that. Since I'm leading a team, so I was asking them and I was asking them to give a demo with one of our vendors, and that's what they
Yeah.
said. They were recommending only load runner, and our office has load runner 12.63.
That is user friendly. Loadrunner is user friendly. It's a license one. Your scripting also very less. So here it is mentioned 2018. Maybe I think it's discontinued. So it is showing in 2018 date, March
Yeah,
14,
that's what it's
2018, last update.
good actually.
Maybe,
I mean,
maybe.
they allow it to install, but if you see that 2019 is the last version with the performance tool, it
Yeah,
says.
maybe, maybe so. Maybe that.
But it is purely C sharp, right? We cannot. It's not as friendly as JMeter or
Yes,
LoadRunner,
yes,
correct? Because
yes. That is C sharp. That will different. That is some different. If you go for the Gatling, that will be also different.
it should be fully code. I mean, I have to literally write the code, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Guys, up to here. Please note down. We'll go for in detail about load runner in the next class some more. So we'll go for the performance testing journey. So where it will start. So what we will do. So how it will evolve. Those steps and then we will go for the how to gather the non-functional things. So I'll explain the steps, guys. It will be a lot of steps will be there. So we can't do directly performance testing. We can't give the report to them. So there will be some steps. We need to follow some steps before going our journey. So
So, Rohit, the other question you have is that when I was Googling, I saw it as LoadRunner can be taught with C or Java. So, which language you are planning to teach?
C